Welcome to Power Yoga with Stephanie Renee. We're going to go ahead and get started. So come to a comfortable seated position, whether you are sitting on your mat, you're sitting on a blanket, or if you have a bolster. Just come to a comfortable cross-legged seated position. You can take your legs out, or you can take them out on a diagonal. Just wherever you are, just make sure that you're comfortable. We're going to go ahead and allow our eyes to close, or we're going to take our gaze downward and just focus on our breath, being mindful and conscious of the inhale and our exhale. Maybe noticing if there's an audible sound to your inhale through the nose and your exhale through your nose. Maybe you notice as you take a deep breath in how your belly expands, how maybe your chest lifts slightly and your side ribs expand, and how everything releases and draws towards the spine as you exhale. And as we focus on our conscious breath, just noticing how we naturally breathe, we're going to add a little bit of counting to our breath. So we're going to take a deep breath in for a count of 10 and exhale for a count of 10. Your 10 can be rapid or your 10 can be slow. Filling the belly with air as you count to 10. And exhaling for a count of 10. So bringing our awareness to our breath, to our inhale, and our exhale. Listening to the breath, focusing on the breath. Take one more inhale for a count of 10 and exhale. And then return to your normal, your regular conscious breath. With our eyes still closed or our gaze soft, we're going to bring our hands to our heart. Continuing that conscious breath, just noticing the breath, noticing how your body changes as you take that deep breath in and as you exhale. We're focusing on being ourselves. So what's something that's important to you? Let that be your focus for this practice. Let's take a deep breath in together through the nose. And we're going to exhale, opening the mouth and sighing it out. We'll release the hand, allow the eyes to open, maybe flutter them a little bit. And then we're going to come to a tabletop position. So come onto your mat, onto all fours, to your hands and knees. We want our shoulders, elbows, and wrists stacked on top of each other. Knees are about hip-width distance apart. We're just going to move a little bit from side to side here, just warming up the wrists. Maybe you want to make some circles with the body. Be sure to go in the opposite direction. Maybe you want to rock forward and back on the wrist. If you'd like, you can turn the fingers towards your knees and move forward and back, or you can keep the fingertips forward. We'll bring the hands forward, coming back into a table and coming to stillness. We're going to go ahead and tuck our toes, lift the knees, then the hips, pushing everything back, coming to our first downward facing dog. Maybe pedal into the feet here, being very gentle. This is our first dog for the day. We'll look up at our hands and we're going to walk our feet forward to meet them, bending into the knees a lot. Belly is on the knees. Let the head dangle. You can hold on to your elbows. You can sway from side to side a little bit. And when you're ready, release your hands and come to stillness. And we'll begin rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming up to mountain. Our head lifts. Let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down. I'm going to take a deep breath and bring the arms up high. We're going to exhale the hands to our heart and down to the floor as we forward fold, bending our knees a lot. We're going to inhale to lift halfway, long spine. Exhale down. Inhale, step back to plank. And exhale, drop the knees, the belly, the chest, the chin. Inhale, lifting up just a little for baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push everything back, coming to downward facing dog. Checking in with the hands. Are the pads of the fingertips and knuckles in contact with the mat? We want to protect our wrist, keeping the weight out of the wrist. Maybe lift one wrist or palm off the mat, just to check in. We'll look up at our hands, walking the feet forward to meet them, bend the knees a lot. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Inhale, rolling all the way up. Exhale, the hands to the heart and down by your side. Continuing with our sun salutations. Deep breath and reaching high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Stepping back as you inhale. Drop the knees, the belly, the chest, the chin as you exhale. Inhale, lift a little. Exhale down. And pushing back to downward facing dog. Looking at the hands, walk the feet forward to meet them. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Inhale, we'll come all the way up. Reaching high. Exhale, the hands to the heart and down by the sides. Deep breath and reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Inhale, step back. Coming to plank. You can flow through your vinyasa or take the modification. So come to chaturanga, lifting up to up dog, and we will all exhale and come to downward facing dog. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Lifting high on our tippy toes, bend our knees, walk the feet forward, coming to standing forward fold as we inhale to lift halfway, exhale down, inhale lifting all the way up, reaching high, exhale the hands to the heart and down by our sides. Great. Inhale, we're going to come to a chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, exhale down. Stepping back, flow through your vinyasa. You can take the modification. And we will all meet in downward facing dog. At any point you need a rest or break, you can drop to the knees. So let's all come to the knees and feet together, and push back to child's pose. Still breathing in through the belly, into the belly, and exhaling. Let's come back to table, tuck the toes, lift the hips high, coming back to downward facing dog. We'll step the feet together to touch. Lift the left leg high in the air, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, bring it towards your nose, coming to tiger curl. And take that leg back high in the air. Bend that knee, bring it towards your nose, and we'll step that foot forward between the hands. Drop the back foot, lifting up, coming to warrior one. Bringing the arms down, stepping back, and pushing back to downward facing dog. Bring the feet together to touch. Right leg goes high in the air, lifted high. Bring that knee towards your nose, coming forward to tiger curl like you would for plank. Take that leg high. Bring that knee towards your nose and step that foot forward. Drop the back foot. Inhale, lifting up. Warrior one. Exhaling down. Take the foot back. Push back to downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Lifting up high on the toes, bend the knees, walk your feet, step your feet, or float your feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway, exhale down. Inhale, coming to chair. Exhale as we stand, bringing the hands to our heart and down by our sides. Great. Deep breath in, sit in that chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to step back. Exhale as you flow through your vinyasa. And coming to downward facing dog. Step the feet together to touch. Left leg goes high in the air. Step that leg all the way through. Dropping the back foot, lifting up, warrior one. Exhale, coming down. Take that foot back. Flow to your vinyasa or push back to downward facing dog. Breathing here. Bring the feet together to touch. Right leg goes high in the air. Bring that foot forward, step it through. Back foot drops, lifting up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Flow through your vinyasa or push back to downward facing dog. Remember your option here. You can come to child's pose. A couple more deep breaths here, in through the nose And together, let's open the mouth and sigh it out. Heels of the feet are reaching towards the mat. You're pushing back. We'll lift up high on our toes, gaze forward, bend our knees, step forward, walk or float the feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale, sweep up to chair. Exhale, all the way up, hands to the heart, and down by your sides. Deep breath in, coming to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Float or step the feet back. Flow through your vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Bring the feet together to touch. Left leg goes high in the air. Bring that leg forward, step it through. Lifting up for warrior one. Dropping that back foot. We're going to open up to warrior two. I'm going to turn around and face you. There we go. Gazing out over those fingertips. The eyes of the elbows are facing the ceiling. We're going to bring the forearm to the top of the leg and come to extended side angle. You can reach down to the floor if you'd like, or you can stay lifted. We'll come back to warrior two. Cartwheel the arms down. Take that leg back. Flow through your vinyasa or push back to downward facing dog. And meeting in downward facing dog. A few deep breaths here. You can make any adjustment. Pedal out the feet. Move the head left, right, yes, no. We'll step the feet together to touch. This time the right leg goes high in the air. We're going to step that leg forward, bring it through, drop the back foot, lifting up, coming to warrior one. Strong warrior. Hips are facing forward as best as you can. Everyone's hips are different. We'll open up to warrior two. I'll turn around to meet you all, to face you all. As best as you can, we want this leg parallel. And we're gazing out over those right fingers. We'll bend into the right arm, come to extended side angle. Again, your arm can rest here, or you can come down towards the floor. We'll come back to warrior two. Cartwheel the arms down. Take that right leg back. Your option, pushing back or flowing through your vinyasa. Using your breath, each movement has an inhale or an exhale. And we're meeting in downward facing dog. Couple more breaths here, in through the nose and exhale through the nose. If you find yourself warming up, your heart racing, take that deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and sigh it out. It can help cool off the body. We'll lift up high on the toes, bend into the knees, gaze forward, walk, step, or float your feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale, coming to chair. Exhale, lift hands to the heart and down by your side. All right, we're going to take a big step wide. I'm going to come and face you here. And we want our feet parallel for this first bit. That will do. So we'll bring the hands to the waist. We're going to come to standing straddle. And so let's just start by coming halfway down. You should feel this in the backs of the legs, the fronts of the legs. You can release your hands. You can just dangle here. Maybe if you have a block or a book nearby, you can put your hands on top of that to rest. Or you can allow your body to come closer to the floor. Just surrendering here, making sure that the weight is balanced between the out and inside of the foot, on your left and right. Notice if all of your weight is in the ball of the foot or in the heel of the foot. You want to be between those 2 points. And let's release our hands and bring them to our waist. And we're going to use our legs to lift the upper body. We'll come back to the top of our mat, making any adjustments, settling back into mountain. We'll take a deep breath in, bringing both arms high. Exhale, we're going to forward fold. We're going to walk our feet to the edges of our mat. We're going to turn them on a diagonal. And we'll drop our hips here, coming to Malasana, or yogi squats, my favorite asana. And so those elbows, we're going to push at the legs to help open them up. We want our spine long. If crow is in your practice, this is a good place to drop the hands to the mat and lift the feet. If it's not in your practice, just stay here. And returning to Malasana, we'll bring the hands to the mat. We'll lift the hips, walk the feet back in. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale down. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Arms reach high. Exhale, hands to the heart and down by your side. And then we'll take a big step, facing forward. I'm facing you. We're going to come to a 5-pointed star, so lifting the arms. And we're going to take we're going to come down, squat. We'll exhale here. Deep breath in. Exhale here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And hold. Exhale here. You can keep the arms lifted for goddess. You can bring the hands to the waist, to your heart, or you can bring them to your waist. Can you take it a little lower? And we'll lift. Releasing the hands, releasing the legs, coming back to the tops of our mat, making any adjustments, coming to Tandasana or mountain pose. We'll take a deep breath in, coming to our chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Floating back, stepping back, float through your vinyasa. Coming to downward facing dog. Lifting up high on the toes, bend the knees, gaze forward. Stepping forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale, coming to chair. Exhale, lift. Hands to heart and down by your side. I'm going to face you. We're going to bring and shift the weight into the right foot. And we're going to come to tree. Option 1 is to use your kickstand. Your foot can then go below the knee or above your knee. Your hands can come to your waist or to your heart. We'll bring the right knee towards the belly. We're going to cross that leg over. We're going to bend into the right leg like we would for chair. Standing figure 4. And release. Maybe rotate out the ankles. Make any adjustments. And settle back into mountain. Noticing the difference between the right and left sides of the body. Recognizing that balance may be different between the left side. Between the right and left, we're going to shift to the left. Use your option. You can use that kickstand. Your foot can come below your knee or above the knee. We want to protect the joint, so we want the pressure below the knee or above the knee. Your hands can come to your heart, to your waist. And we'll lift the right knee towards the belly button to cross it over above the knee and bending into the left leg. If you fall out, that's okay. As you're ready, release. And we'll come back to the top of our mat, where we'll take a deep breath in. Both arms will lift and we'll sit in chair. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Stepping back to plank. And we're going to hold plank here. And we're going to lower the body. You can drop to your knees. 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll take the arms down by the side of our body. Go ahead and lift the left leg, lift the right, bringing the feet towards your bottom. Lift your chest. Maybe you reach your ankles. And we'll lift the chest some more. We'll lift the legs, lift the chest, coming to bow. And releasing. You can bring your hands forward, stacking them on top of each other and resting your forehead on your hands. We're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders, tucking your toes, and you can push up to your knees, or you can push straight up to plank. So as we lower for 4, we're going to push up for 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's push back to downward facing dog. We're going to step the feet together to touch, lifting the left leg high in the air. Bring that knee forward towards your nose. Come to tiger curl. Take that leg back. Bring that knee towards the left elbow. Take that leg back. Bring that knee towards the right elbow. Take that leg back. Releasing the foot. We'll take the right foot high in the air. And we'll bring that knee towards our nose. And take that leg back. Inhale, knee towards right elbow. Take the leg back. Inhale, take the knee towards the left elbow. Exhale as you take that leg back. Lower the foot, come to the knees, take the hips back, coming to child's pose. You can bring the hands down by your feet, breathing in through the nose, maybe opening the mouth and sighing it out. And we'll lift up to table. And pushing back onto our feet, we'll go ahead and come to the side so we can swing our legs around. We're going to bring our feet to the mat, okay? Sitting up tall, we're going to prepare for boat. So we'll push back, lifting the feet. You can hold on here. You can extend. You can also straighten the legs, depending on how tight your hip flexors may be. And hold your boat. Nice and tall, breathing, finding your happy place. And we'll release the feet down. We'll scoop the hips a little closer to our feet, and we'll allow the entire body to release to the mat. We want to bring our feet so that our fingertips can touch the backs of our feet. So either move the hips closer to the feet or bring the feet close to the hips. We want our feet about hips width distance apart. We're going to take a deep breath in, lifting the hips, coming to bridge. And exhale, releasing down. Inhale, peeling the tailbone, each vertebrae, coming to the shoulders, keeping the gaze towards the ceiling, and exhale, releasing down. And one more time, inhale, lifting, we'll hold. If it's in your practice to bring your shoulders underneath, go ahead and do that. And we'll release the shoulders if we had interlaced our fingers, and we'll release the back to the mat. And we'll draw the knees towards the chest, maybe rocking from side to side, giving the lower back just a little massage there. And we'll come to stillness. We'll take our hands out to a T, and we'll allow the knees to drop towards the right. Your gaze is going to turn to the left. Both shoulders are on the mat. Knees are on the floor. And we'll bring the knees and the face back towards the ceiling. And we'll allow the knees to drop to the left and the face turns to the right. You can use the hand on the left to help keep the knees close to the floor. And twisting into the spine, bringing the right shoulder to the mat. And we'll lift the knees and bring the knees and the face back towards the ceiling. At this time, consider any additional asana that you may need. Maybe happy baby. Maybe you need another inversion, such as a shoulder stand, plow, whatever it is that you may need. Go ahead and take that option. And as you're ready, we're going to come to our final asana, Shavasana. So maybe you, depending on where you are, maybe you want to grab some socks or a blanket or a sweatshirt, just depending on the temperature of where you are. And we'll go ahead and release to the mat. Bringing our hands down by our sides with our palms facing the ceiling. Letting the legs separate and the feet flop out to the sides. Go ahead and allow your eyes to close or just soften your gaze. Notice your jaw. Notice your tongue, releasing any tension in the jaw, inviting your tongue to move away from the roof of your mouth. Relaxing into the shoulders, releasing any tension or gripping of the glutes and the legs. And just returning back to the conscious breath. Just noticing and listening to the sound of your breath. And begin making small movements with your fingers and toes. Maybe point your feet and flex them. We'll lift our hands towards the ceiling and take our arms over our head, bringing them to the floor. And take a deep breath in, stretching, reaching forward and back with the arms and the feet. And exhale, releasing. And roll over to your favorite side, the left or right, using your arm as a pillow. And as you're ready, go ahead and push yourself up to a comfortable seated position with the gaze soft or your eyes still closed. We'll bring our hands to our heart center. Reflecting on our theme for today, being ourselves, considering those things or that thing that is important to us. Let's bring our hands to our third eye for clarity of mind. Bring our hands to our lips for clarity of speech. And bring our hands to our heart for clarity of action. Be you, love you. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me. Have a great rest of your day.